a European club, having scored more than 50 goals for his Bangladeshi side. Those were our main headlines. Now the news in detail. $180 million Canopy Environmental Transformation Program was launched on Tuesday by the KMC in partnership with Peterborough City Council and Opportunity Peterborough in UK. Ajibinto Drame reports.
The three-year project funded by the European Union aims to focus on new integrated waste management approaches for economic, social and environmental transformation in the KMC. It includes planting trees to combat climate change, funding education and park and waste management. Politicians, former mayors and the EU dignitaries were in attendance. Joseph Borrell, EU representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, says the project aims to tackle pollution, health and environmental challenges.
The deployment of innovative technologies will drive environmental, social and economic transformation. Climate action and adapting to climate change is at the core of this project. The development and promotion of waste diversion technique will limit the amount of residual waste requiring final disposal and reduced Canopy municipality carbon footprint by encouraging sustainable consumption and production technique.
Aliu Nyang, Director of Canopy Environmental Transformation Program, thanked partners, adding that the project will promote inclusion of all persons by creating a safe space for recreation and enhance resource efficiency, with the focus on waste diversion towards zero waste resources.
Final beneficiaries of this project are the 500 residents of Canopy municipality, who will directly benefit from enhanced waste recycling collection, reduced public nuisance from illegal dump sites, access to green spaces such as the municipal library, the public parks. The 70,000 residents of the three communities of Bakote, Dipokuna and Manjai living in close proximity of the Bakote dump site are expected to experience enhanced resilience and reduction of the frequency of fire and flooding emergencies.
Talib Ahmed Ben Souda, Mayor of KMC, thanked partners for their immense efforts and explains the features of the project.
I also thank the Peterborough City Council who have worked with us on this project, but sadly could not send a representative to be here in person today. Waste management is my priority as mayor. It affects all aspects of our life, our health, our economy, the environment, our quality of life, and the pride we have in the places where we live and work. At the heart of this project is change, and at the center of this change is how we think. We need to think differently about waste. Waste is valuable.
The Canopy Environmental Transformation Program will commence this year. The KMC also used the opportunity to inaugurate the newly built office complex at the council. Ajibinto Drame, QTV News.
Following the success of the first round of polio vaccination campaign for children under 5, the Ministry of Health has announced it will commence the second round of vaccination from the 19th to the 22nd of March 2022. Abibatu Sise has more.
Polio is a highly infectious disease caused by a virus which invades the nervous system, thereby leading to paralysis. The first round of vaccination was conducted from the 20th to 23rd November last year, following positive environmental samples that show polio virus in the country. Siddharth Fofana, the program manager of the expanded program on immunization, says the polio virus not only detected in the Gambia, but also other countries in the sub-region. He added that, in order to break the chain of circulation of the virus, the Ministry of Health is strengthening surveillance systems to protect the population.
In eradicating a disease, you need massively to vaccinate the entire population or target population for that disease. for you to be saved. We are not having polio cases in this country, but the virus is in the country. We don't know from whom. That is why CDC was also able to help us strengthen our surveillance to look for paralytic condition among children under 15 years. And that is also another very important point that we want the population to understand. Any child that has paralysis, sudden onset of paralysis, we are very much interested.
Modun Jai, the Director of Health Promotion and Education at the Ministry of Health, appeals to parents and caregivers to cooperate during the vaccination exercise, assuring the public that the vaccine is safe and effective.
Let them not close the doors. Let them not hide the children. Let them make the children available to the vaccination teams so that they can give them the vaccine, the polio vaccine, and also enter their details, because we also want more information. So that when the parents are also there, they can provide us with the details of the child, because the teams will be asking certain information at some point. Let them also provide them so that they can also tally those information. But if we don't get the cooperation of the parents and caregivers, it is going to make our work very difficult. By Saturday, each and every child, if they are going to the market, there'll be a team at the market. If you are traveling, there'll be people at the bus stops, there'll be people at the garages. There are also people who are also going to be at the ferry crossing points.
Dr. Iyoma Onwekasi of the Global Polio Eradication Initiative says the last case of the polio virus was detected in 1987 and Africa was certified polio-free in 2020. However, she adds that the region continues to register polio cases. Vaccination campaigns, improving surveillance systems, as well as improved routine immunization are some of the response mechanisms to eradicate polio, she added. She further explains the mechanisms to be adopted for the vaccination campaign.
This is a house-to-house vaccination, and we are appealing to all parents, all caregivers, please present your children when the vaccination teams come to your houses. In addition to houses, they will also visit playgrounds, bus stops, hospitals, anywhere that you can find a child below the age of 5 years.
There is currently no treatment for polio. Therefore, vaccination is the only effective prevention measure. The Ministry of Health reassures the public that the vaccine is safe and effective and has minimal side effects. Parents are urged to ensure that their children are vaccinated to successfully eradicate the disease. For QTV News, I am Abibatu Sise.
The National Human Rights Commission on Wednesday commenced a 3-day training for 30 stakeholders in the electoral process to raise their awareness of the core principles of human rights relating to elections and its processes. Omar Pijalo has the rest of that story.
Participants in the training include the IEC, CSOs, security and media personnel. The objective is to enhance their capacities in human rights monitoring of elections in line with international best practices. Dr. Sekou Kausu Gassama, the Executive Secretary of the National Human Rights Commission, explains further.
Elections are not only principles of democracy, but they also serve as a vehicle to conferring legitimacy on governments and ensure that people exercise their rights to participate in the affairs of the state. And therefore, the need for governments to organize free, fair, transparent, and credible elections. Election is a fundamental human right, and this is enshrined in our 1997 Republican Constitution. So election actors and Independent Electoral Commission are critical players in this process.
Famara Jaune, the chairperson of the CSO's platform, has this to say.
The training is very timely and significant as we prepare for another important elections, that is the National Assembly elections to be held on the 9th of April 2022. Madam Chair, CSOs in the Gambia continue to play a very important role in strengthening our democracy through our various interventions such as voter education, election monitoring and observation. As such, building the capacities of CSOs, such as the one that we are witnessing today, would no doubt enhance the capacity of our members.
Jennifer Jom, the Vice Chairperson of the National Human Rights Commission, says upholding human rights is a cornerstone to ensuring peace and stability during and after elections, adding that it is the responsibility of all election actors to stand a common ground in preventing the occurrence of any form of violence during the election.
To monitor an election, there are certain aspects or things you have to look out for. And I'm sure this training is going to give you more of an insight as to what to look out for, how to do your reporting, and also to help in the process. That is one thing I always want to say. As you monitor, look out for signs. I said there are some police officers, others around. Look out for signs of instability or violence.
The National Human Rights Commission compliments the IEC in trying to ensure that the rights of all eligible voters are protected. And election monitoring is an essential tool for promoting transparency and defending democracy. Reporting for KTV News, I am Omar P. Jallo.
We will now go for a commercial break. When we return, we have more local and sports news stories. Do stay tuned.
Fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower, and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
QMoney, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your QMoney wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your QMoney wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using QMoney Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Police on Tuesday paraded 7 suspects before the media at the force's anti-crime unit in Banjul. The suspects were arrested for alleged robbery carried out within the Greater Banjul area. Yahya Jawa reports.
The recovered stolen items were also on display for public identification so that victims can recover their stolen properties. Among the recovered items are a brown vehicle with registration number BJL 8840M, 4 motorcycles, 4 bicycles, television sets, mobile phones, stereo sets and gas bottles. The suspects were arrested during patrols and are now in custody, helping the police in their investigation. The police PRO Superintendent Lamin Jai urged the public to come forward to help identify these recovered items.
The message we want to send across to the general public is to, number one, help the police in identifying some of these materials here. Like, for example, there are motorbikes here that we have not got any individual that have claimed ownership. So by this report, people who have seen these motorbikes and they have at one point in time been involved in a case of motorbike theft, that means a motorbike of theirs had been stolen, they could come forward to support the police anti-crime unit, identify the bikes and be able to establish cases. Equally, these pedal bicycles here as well, pedal cycles, and also the television sets and other items that you have seen as well. Some of them, the owners are not being established because they are caught on the act, and these items are being recovered from them, and they are yet to be able to tell the police where they have stolen these items from.
Yaronjai also urged the public to report thefts and other criminality to the police as soon as they occur, to help the police establish facts early and mount their investigations.
If you look at the police anti-crime unit, mainly what they do is patrols, and when they patrol, sometimes they come across some of these unscrupulous individuals, and these items are caught with them. So it is important for people to report, because when they report, it is very easy for the anti-crime unit investigators to connect the reports to the items that they are with, because mainly what we have as problem is sometimes it's only when we exhibit the items then you have have people coming forward, and this becomes problematic in the sense that they have never reported at any police station unless and until they have seen these items. That becomes difficult for them to be able to prove ownership.
At the end of the press briefing, the police spokesman commended the public for their continuous support and cooperation with the police, but also appealed to them to help provide information to the police, as police work relies largely on crucial information. Reporting for QTV News, I am Yahya Jao.
Celebrating to inspire, the League of African Development Students, a Pan-African student organization, on Tuesday presented an international award to the GRA boss in recognition of what it says is his enormous strides to transform the Revenue Authority. Aliou Cisse has more.
The League of African Development Students is a Pan-African students organization started in 1985 in Nigeria and now present in over 25 African countries. Its objective is to sensitize its members on development best practices. In doing this, they recognize and celebrate high-performing individuals and institutions across Africa. Ochekua Morgan, the president of the body, said they have found in Yankuba Dabo, the current commissioner of the Gambia Revenue Authority, worthy recipient of the award in recognition of the Commissioner General's quality leadership and excellence work in driving the Gambia Revenue Authority in the past years.
2021 fiscal year, holding the rare record of meeting 100% revenue target, mobilizing over $12.7 billion. This lofty achievement may be largely attributable to hard work and commitment, professionalism, integrity, reforms, voluntary compliance by traders through business confidence, highly skilled and motivated workforce that echoed on a strategic governance structure and digitization of the tax system for efficiency.
The GRA is mandated under law to collect revenue for national development. Under the current leadership of Dabo, GRA has been hailed for exceeding tax collection targets of over $12 billion in 2021, despite the global health pandemic, the COVID-19. The institution has a target of collecting $13.5 billion for 2022. The GRA also plans to shift from manual to digital form of tax collection. On receiving the award, Yankuba Dabo, Commissioner General of the Gambia Revenue Authority, dedicates the award to all the staff of GRA, without whom it will have been difficult, if not impossible, to register the successes at the Revenue House.
What is more important in life is do what you need to do and you leave the rest in the hands of others. Somebody somewhere, some people somewhere are recognizing the work that you are doing, and one day you will be given the award. So that is what has happened today. I was just doing what I need to do, nothing more than that.
CG Dabo, who also doubles as the chairman of West African Tax Administration Forum, reaffirmed his commitment to continue steering a revenue authority that serves the wishes and aspirations of the people. He encouraged his staff to keep up the good work.
And I want to thank all of you for being good players, and I want to encourage you to keep up the good work. The work that we are doing is a difficult work, but we have to do it. Somebody somewhere have to do it at all given time. It is your time today, you are in the position, you have to do it to the best of your ability. The day you retire, some other people will come. But what is more important is the legacy. Everything that we are doing now, you know, one day when we retire, we will leave it behind. What we leave behind, that's the most important thing.
Previous recipients of this prestigious award include Nana Akufo-Addo, President of Ghana, and Uhuru Kenyatta of Kenya. It is hoped that this award presented to Dabo will serve as an inspiration to others. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
In sports news. Having scored more than 50 goals for his Bangladeshi club, the Gambia's international striker Solomon Kanform is now eyeing a move to a European club, perhaps as reward for his stellar performances in the Bangladesh Premier League. Mamoru Gajaga reports.
After scoring a spectacular goal last week, bringing his tally of goals this season to 7, Solomon Kanform told QTV he is now eyeing a move to a European club. Bangladesh has been home for the former Armed Forces captain, now skipper for Sheikh Jamal Dahamoudi, for the past 5 years.
money counts a lot in football, but also as a young player, you should not also be hesitant for this kind of money. So I already made a plan to cut off my salary move. Already I can say I can assert my funds 98%. I'll be moving to Europe. It's just a matter of time to announce the club. So I have to make up my career now. At least play in Europe and hopefully have a call up in the national team.
It is every player's dream to play for his country, and Solomon Kamfon is not an exception. However, to have any chance of a national team call-up, making it into Tom Saintfier's squad, he would in all likelihood need to ply his trade in a better league.
I always dream about playing in national team. Well, when I was young, when I can remember the time I was young, when Jato used to come to our area because we are opposite to the mom. Whenever he comes, see the mom, I will just sit there till he goes. So I have that feeling one day I'll be like him, also play for the country. So luckily, I happen to be a professional. So being in Europe or being anywhere in the world playing football, I always have that dream that one day I'll play for the national team. And I see now the national team is very competitive. You have to play the good league to be able to have a chance there. That is the fact. So I have to sacrifice this thing. It's not sacrifice. I have to do it because I believe in myself, believe in my talent that if I make it to Europe, if I'm seen everywhere in the world, so hopefully the coach will have a chance to call me.
Not considered as a natural centre forward, Solomon has still managed to score more than 50 goals with several assists for his club. A breathtaking long-range shot scored against Abahani Limited Chittagong has now become a trademark for the 23-year-old midfielder. He describes his goal-scoring quality.
Scoring goals is not magic. You always work for it, and if you're a player who is always hungry for goals, luckily you always have this amount of goals because I'm someone who is always hungry for results. So that counts a lot because most of my goals, if you see, are from outside the box. So it's like scoring goals. I score goals like fun. So it's not something that is magic also. So it's just a collective work. I cannot do it alone. So it was with the help of my teammates, I happened to score all this amount of goals.
Europe remains the benchmark of professional football, and young players the world over dream of playing in its prestigious leagues, and many have. Solomon Kamfon, should he continue to perform as he currently does, he might very well crown his efforts with a move to Europe. Mumudu Kajaga, QTV News.
Before we end, here is a recap of the news. The Ministry of Health has announced it will commence the second round of the nationwide polio vaccination campaign from the 19th to the 22nd March 2022. $180 million Canopy Environmental Transformation Program was launched on Tuesday by the KMC and its UK partners. 30 stakeholders in the electoral process are attending a 3-day training to raise their awareness of the core principles of human rights relating to elections and its processes. Police on Tuesday paraded 7 suspects arrested for alleged robbery carried out within the Greater Banjul area. In sports news, Gambia's international striker Solomon Kamfon is now eyeing a move to a European club after having scored more than 50 goals for Bangladeshi side. That's all we have for you in this bulletin of QTV News. Join us at 10 for another bulletin. Thank you for watching.